by appreciating the Lord God Almighty for granting us life, for giving us the opportunity one more to gather together to learn. It is an opportunity I do not take for granted, and I hope that we will have an amazing time today. We want to thank you for keeping us alive. Remember, we talked about the attitude of gratitude. We may not have everything, but He's the reason why we are where we are today. And of course, His plan and His thoughts for us are good to bring us to an expected end. And I pray that tonight we'll be able to experience another surge of excitement, a period for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And so therefore we pray that we'll have good network today. And everyone who is struggling to come in will get the opportunity to pop in this evening to learn. So thank you very much for coming. All right. Let's start by talking about how well we practice the value of attitude that we committed ourselves to last week. So I need everyone to share with us 30 seconds how you were able to practice the value of attitude. What was the result? I really want to know. So please, let's share how we use the value of attitude, how we were teachable, how we were grateful, how did we apply all the things we learned last week as we committed to say we're going to be doing. So I would like to start with you, Ifeoma. Please go ahead, unmute yourself and share with us. Any other person who wants to share after Ifeoma? Oh, wow, that is surprising. So my environment is noisy. Any other person can hear the noise in my environment? Is it very noisy? Okay. Ifeoma, are you there? Who would like to share? Oh, okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here.
All right. You're welcome. If you want to put on your screen, it would be nice to see your face, but it's okay if you don't want.
I can't put it on now because of where I am.
All right. Please go ahead.
Okay. So far in the last 1 week, because what I've been struggling with is persistence, and I have to write it and stick it close to my bed and on my room door. For every task I did not finish for the day, I write it and stick it on my bed, stick it on my room door. So as I'm waking up, I know that this is one of the things you needed to do and you've not been able to do it. So today is another day to try again and to continue. For that of gratitude, I will rate myself 9/10 on that. Yes. Then for the teachability, I will rate myself 8/10.
That means we're doing super great. We did super great this week. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's great. I like the fact that you kept reminding yourself of what you needed to do and making sure that you pay attention to it. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ifeoma, for sharing. Well done. Well done. I think our network is, we can't really hear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. All right. Any other person would like to share? Oh my God.
Yes, yes, yes,
Wow.
yes, thank
Okay. Any other person would like to share with us how you use some of the values we learned over the week? Who else would like to share? I can see you, Olumide. you're trying to unmute yourself, right? Please go ahead. Please go ahead and unmute and share with us. Can you unmute? Okay. While Olumide is working on that, who else would like to share tonight? How
Hello.
much? Yes. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Good evening,
Go ahead.
everyone.
Well,
I
good
know
evening.
my voice might not be very clear at this point, but I want to say that it was very, very helpful. It was useful because my orientation about people, my attitude towards some people, that I felt, okay, these people are not just aligning, let them stay on their own. My orientation changed, and getting to the office, I tried to, as much as I can, to relate with them normally, as if, trying to adapt and understanding them. So I want to appreciate my coach for the Sunday training. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my coach, my colleague. Thank you so much. Fantastic. You know, once you understand that you own your attitude, you determine what happens. You are in control of your environment, you're in control of your emotions. And attitude is how you see others, how you want others to see you, and how you see yourself. So you are not validated by others. And that's one thing I want us to learn. And once you can do that, you will never allow anybody to dictate how you act or react to any situation you find yourself. All right, thank you very much, Paul, for sharing that with us. All right, Mercy, you are up next. Please unmute yourself and share with us.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Nice to be here once again.
Thank you.
In the course of the week, what I actually learned is about the to-do list to ensure that your task for the day is achieved. I had to put up a list and strictly follow it all through. You know, each time I put up a list and I'll say, I want to achieve this today, and I discovered it's achievable. And the ones I couldn't do, I said, okay, the next day I'll continue. Then one other thing I did too was the extra things I did, just like you say, if you know you did something extra, ensure, you give yourself a high five or something. And I was able to achieve that. I did all that I wrote and I was able to achieve them. Some extra things I was able to achieve too. I was glad I did all of that. And then for the appreciation, I know that living is all about to appreciate yourself first and the people around you. And then teachable, I said, no, this time around, I have to do something, not just being teachable, but I have to also learn to, go an extra mile to pick up something like reading or something, or maybe studying a particular thing to teach myself first. So all of that I try to do, and I know God helping us or helping me, I will do more this week. So thank you. Although last week my network was horrible, but I was able to do one or two things from what I learned.
Today is clearer. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I like it when we're vulnerable, because in the place of vulnerability, we are able to grow. You know, when you say, oh, I don't know all, I'm just learning, you will keep, opening yourself up to new opportunities, to try new things, and really, really, you'll be shocked how far you can go when you open up to learn. Thank you, Mercy, for sharing that with us. I told you all, we're in a space where we can be honest with ourselves, where we can share with ourselves. It's a no judgment zone. We're here to learn. Nobody knows it all. Like I said, the day you stop learning, you start dying. So even me, we are learning. You understand? So the more you know, you are able to handle situation no matter what happens to you. Okay, so who else would like to share? We want one more person to share with us. Who would like to share? You committed to, certain things last week that you're going to do for the new week. So how much were you able to fulfill the things that you were committed to? Sarah, thank you for joining us. Simon, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight. We can see you. Thank you so much. Blessing, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you. We're happy to have you. All right, one more. We're sharing the things we were able to do. Some of us said we practiced the attitude of gratitude. Someone said they practiced persistence. I mean, the way she practiced her persistence was very exciting. She had to write it and put it on the door to say, look, you're committed to do this. Please make sure you do it. And the more you keep reminding yourself, the more you keep pushing yourself from your comfort zone to do the things that you never thought you could do. That means going the extra mile. All right, one more person who was here last week who would like to commit, who would like to share what they committed themselves to. One more, please. Can we do that quickly? One more person. Who would like to share? I'm waiting.
Okay.
Thank you,
Good evening.
Caleb. Go ahead. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Yes, I was able to practice gratitude. Yeah, gratitude first to God. It was then I started to appreciate every single bit of what He has done for me. So, especially this period has been really a phase of battling with one sickness or the other, and I was still being grateful. Still giving Him praise, being grateful and all. It was then I now begin to understand His love for me too. His love. So I think it is gratitude for me this week. Through my pain, still thankful. Yes, ma'am.
Wow,
ma'am.
thank you so much for that. Many times we just forget that we're not the owner of life, that someone gave us life, that we can use Vellum to sleep. So we can take a sleeping medicine to sleep, but we can never take a waking up drugs. There's nothing, I don't know. Doctors, you are here. Is there a drug that wakes you up in the morning? I don't know. Maybe they've discovered a drug that wakes you up in the morning. It's just God. So sometimes we take it for granted. We don't know how to say thank you, Lord. We don't wake up. We just wake up, and some of us even wake up. We sleep, thinking of what we will do when we wake up in the morning, who we want to deal with, how we want to set traps for the children. Let me see who will not wash plates or do one thing today. So when you wake up with that thought on your mind, and you forget to say thank you, Lord, for life. It sounds strange, right? But there are people that do it. So something happens, you just forget to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you for what you have done. So thank you for practicing that. Let's make it a habit. Let's make it a habit. Instead of the first thing to come out of your mouth is complain or vain words, let it be gratitude. I don't have 3 square meals, but Lord, I thank you for life. I thank you for the one we can eat now. I don't have these, but I thank you for where I am. It's so easy for us to complain, but when you have the attitude of gratitude, you're able to overcome complaining, you're able to overcome murmuring. And if you're a parent, trust me, you're able to teach your children how to be grateful to you, even when you give them something. We said last week, say thank you. Attitude of gratitude. And those of you who watched my show, you saw that we treated the attitude of gratitude last week. When you are able to teach your children to be grateful, it reduces that sense of entitlement that we have in our generation today. People are so entitled. All right, so the attitude of gratitude helps us to really appreciate nature, appreciate God, appreciate where we are, so that we'll see clearly where we're going to. All right? So thank you very much to everyone that shared. Please, can we give some love to all of us that shared and everyone who did something but didn't share? Let's give ourselves some love. Wow, I want to see the love everywhere. Let me see the screen flashing with love everywhere. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So today, we're going to be talking about the value of personal growth. John Maxwell says that growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow will be better. So you give birth to a child. And he said, I've given birth to you, and that is all I can do. You don't feed the child. You don't care for the child. Will that child ever grow? Maybe the answer is yes. Go to the chat box and answer me. Will that child grow? Okay. I see some nice answers here. Okay. Okay. Will that child grow? Wow, I like it. I like that, man. Your father is an amazing man. He's a man full of wisdom. Yes. Okay. We appreciate God more each day we wake up. No, 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 no. All right, let's take another analogy. You have a beautiful plant. One of my favorite plants. I don't know what is your favorite plant. Please put it on the chat box. Let me know your favorite plant. But I love the Queen of the Night. That was one plant that, we grew up with. My father loved it. So I had that. Some people love hibiscus, so you have different plants that you love. And so you love this plant so much. Oh, roses, fantastic. You planted it. And you wanted to really protect this plant. So you brought it to your bedroom, kept it in a very beautiful place. And each day you just admire this plant. Morning glory, yes, I love that too. This Mudashiru, you're ancient of days. So you keep admiring it. You don't prune it. You don't want to touch it, because if you have to touch it, something will happen. And you keep admiring, just watching it. What will happen? You will watch the plant until it will die. When the Africa never die. Aloe vera, Messi. Even if you don't put aloe vera water in aloe vera, it will survive in the desert. All right. Yes, I have like a bunch, 2 planted in my area. But I've been doing a lot of, since I started looking at growth, I've been doing a lot of caring. I now care more for my plants. I now care more for the little garden I have behind me. It doesn't take me anything. Even if anybody doesn't water it, I go there in the morning, I water my plants by myself. I talk to them, I take away whatever dead plants, around them. And I try to keep the place as clean as anything. So this plant wouldn't grow. Or you have a seed. Let's take morning glory, for example. You have the seed of morning glory. And then you put it in, a container that this seed is precious. I love this plant. And you keep it at a corner until you plant it, until you water it. It will never, ever, ever grow. And once it does not grow, it does not get to the essence that God has created it to be. You can never appreciate the glory that plant is created to be. So that's how we are as human beings. We need to grow. But until you're conscious of the fact that I need to grow, you're conscious of it, you are aware of it, you accept it, and then you take action towards what you need to grow, you never grow. So tonight, I want you to open up your mind. Remember, get your paper, your notebook ready, and your pen. I want you to come here with an open mind. Free your mind. The things you know before, put them at one corner. I want you to observe these 3 things I'm going to be sharing with you today. Number 1, everyone has the potential to grow. So if you know you have the potential to grow, instead of looking at others, what they're doing, you focus on you. So focus on you today. All right? Some of us have the habit of seeing our husband, our wife, our children, our friends, our brother, our sisters. When some of these things are being said, focus on yourself today, because growth is personal. Number two, I want you to understand that growth is not automatic. Accept it. Wisdom does not come with age. Oh, I'm 50 years old, I'll automatically be wise. You'll be shocked. You know, children now, they say they play. You will see one child. Hey, even the thing that's getting me crazy now is how these young people that are so internet compliant and digital savvy, how they are making bastard money. Money that in the 50 something years of my life I've not even seen. These children at 18, 19, 20. So growth does not come with age. Wisdom does not come with age. If you're ready to grow, if you accept to go through it, then of course you will enjoy the results. All right? So, but note, it's not automatic. So value the days of little beginnings that you're sowing into yourself. And number three, growth begins with humility. Be humble enough to say, I want to learn. I know some of us went back to school at 30, 40, 50, and we're sitting in classes with 17-year-old, 18-year-olds. But the purpose that brought us there kept us to learn. So that's what growth is about. It comes with humility. So I want us to humble ourselves. Even if our children are looking at us and saying, is this old age you want to learn? The most important thing is that you're learning. And whatever you're learning is going to be of impact to them. Because whether we like it or not, leadership is influence. You are either influencing positively or you're influencing negatively. Whatever it is, something, somewhere, someone is influencing you. So tonight, open your mind, be free, and when we come back, write as many things you want to write. We will be going through benefits of growth, and of course, some of the things we need to do if we need to grow ourselves. So how many of us are ready tonight to hear John Maxwell speak? If you're ready to hear John Maxwell speak, go to the chat box and say, I am ready. Oh yeah, Ede, thank you. I'm ready, Sarah. I'm ready, I am ready. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me to welcome my friend, my coach, my mentor, John C. Maxwell.
Okay, here's the question for you today. What is the greatest predictor of your future success? Wow, that's a loaded question, isn't it? I mean, when you think about your future and success, and you say, the greatest predictor of my success, what would it be? Well, I've got good news for you. I've got an answer. This isn't an answer just for me. This is an answer that I have watched and observed and has been proven in the lives of literally thousands of people that I know. The greatest predictor of your future success is that you're intentional in your personal growth. And there are 4 observations today that I want to give you why your personal growth should be at the top of your intentional list. The first one is the fact that growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to get better. You see, the calendar guarantees that tomorrow you get older. That doesn't change. You can't roll that back. You can't change anything about the fact that every day that calendar keeps clicking, and every day you and I are a day older. The calendar guarantees that you're going to get older. But let me tell you something. The calendar doesn't guarantee that you're going to get better. The only guarantee that you have that as those days roll by and you get older, the only guarantee that you're going to get better is for you to have a passion for personal growth. You see, I'm 70, and I'm so excited about my life because I'm still learning and I'm still growing. In fact, when people come to me and they ask me, John, what would you say is the key to the personal success that you've had in your life? Without any question, every time I'm asked that, I say it's the fact that every day I personally grow. I intentionally grow myself every day. I get better every day. Every day I am preparing for tomorrow instead of repairing yesterday. You see, most people, they want to go through life. The calendar lets you do that. But I want to grow through life. And there's a lot of difference between going through life and letting the calendar click off the days, and yes, you're getting older, and growing through life. And as that calendar is clicking off the days, you're also getting a lot better. And your next level of living is going to require a better you. It's going to require a better me. In other words, when people say, well, I hope my future is bright, I look at them and say, hope's not a strategy. You don't need to hope that your future is going to get better. You intentionally make it better by committing yourself to daily personal growth. The second observation I want to make about personal growth is that to do so means that you're going to have changes in your life. If we don't change, we don't grow. And if we don't grow, come on, we're not really living. You see, growth demands a temporary surrender of security. It may mean a giving up of familiar but limiting patterns, safe but unrewarding work, and beliefs that no longer are believed in, and relationships that have truly lost their meaning, and thinking that cannot take us to the next level of living. Here's what I know. As we go through life, the only way that we get better is by being intentional in growing. Again, it's not automatic. It doesn't happen because we get older. It happens because we're intentional to get better. The third observation I want to make is the fact that growth is the great separator between those who succeed and those who do not. I tell people that I'm a mountain climber. Now, if you look at me, you can just tell this body is not the body of a mountain climber. But what I do say is I every day climb the mountain of personal development and growth. It's all uphill. None of it is easy. All of it is intentional. But I'm every day climbing. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that if I'm every day climbing, first of all, I'm not at the top. And what that means, very simple, is the fact that I'm never going to get to the top. You never kind of get through this journey of growth. There's no finish line to it. But every day I'm climbing. And what that also means is that if I'm climbing every day this mountain of growth and you're not, soon we're going to be separated. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, we're going to be separated. And that's what I mean about the fact that growth is the great separator between people. We all begin maybe on the same level, but then we determine how far we go, how high we go, how much we grow. And that's why I help people when they talk about being goal conscious or growth conscious. I encourage them always to be growth conscious. Now, we hear a lot more about being goal conscious, so let me give you the differences quickly. Being goal conscious means that I'm focused on a destination, where when I'm growth conscious, I'm focused on a journey, a never-ending journey. When I'm goal conscious, I get motivated. Goal consciousness motivates people, but growth consciousness matures people. If I'm growth conscious, it's going to be seasonal. It's for a period of time. But again, when you're growth conscious, growth is lifelong. It's again, a journey. It's never ending. Goal conscious people, well, the thing that they love about goals, it challenges them because, okay, in 1 week, in 1 month, and in 2 months, I'm going to be at this certain level. So that's a very challenging thing. But if you're growth conscious, I have found It will not only challenge you, it'll change you. Because you're not going for a destination on the outside, you're going for a destination on the inside to be a better you. You see, growth conscious, when the goal is reached, we begin to plateau. But if we're growth conscious when the goal is reached, there's no plateau. I mean, we just keep growing. So I would encourage you to switch your mindset from being a goal conscious person to be growth conscious. And by the way, if you're growth conscious, you'll hit every one of those goals. The only difference is you just won't stop and celebrate so long, because you'll know that it is a journey, not a destination. My final thought on personal growth today is the fact that growth is joy. When I was 30, I had a mentor, and he said one day something to me that really stuck. He said, John, growth is happiness. And for many, many years, I just kept saying to myself, because I found it to be true in my life, that growth was happiness. I found just a lot of happiness in the fact that I was changing and becoming better and becoming bigger in my life. But at 70, I'd have to say that as I look back at what I heard at 30, that growth is happiness, I think happiness is too shallow of a word. I would tell you, my friend, it is my experience after a lifetime of growth that growth is joy. It's better, deeper, more satisfying than happiness. When I was a kid, when I'd wake up, I got up because I'm just one of those kind of kids. I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to make sure that I took in everything. Well, I want you to know, when you become intentional about your personal growth, you won't have to worry about missing the best things that life has to offer, because you will be intentional in getting them. And that's what I want for you. I want you to intentionally grow, because it's the only assurance, the only guarantee that tomorrow's going to get better in your life. Now, it's time for you to do the round table on personal growth. And remember, at the end of the round table, as you listen and you share, remember this. Take one thing out of that round table that you can act on immediately, because that's where transformation happens in your life.
Thank you very much. Wow. How many of us are saying wow? How many of us are beating ourselves and like, God, did I just hear something? All right, so let's share. I want to read. And then say, wow. When I should say, wow, yes, I get the same feeling every time. In fact, watching it again, we heard when he said growth is the only great separator between those who succeed and those who do not. So who is sharing? Growth is a journey, not a destination. Fantastic. Who else wants to share with us what they just heard? Something that resonated with you, something that, he said growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow will be better. The calendar, only, what did he say? He said the calendar only grows our age, makes us feel that we're older, but that does not mean guarantees your growth. So, wow, please, let's go on. I want to hear growth is joy. Joy is deeper than happiness. Yes, that was another one I heard. That you may not have money, but when you're growing, you're happy because you are equipping yourself with the tools that will guarantee, every other thing. So money is not really happiness. Growth is happiness. Growth is personal and intentional and not automatic. Fantastic. Growth is happiness. Yes, I heard that several times. I'm intentional about my growth. Fantastic. Be growth conscious and not goal conscious. So many people are rushing to set goals and you're not growing. You're doing yourself a lot of injustice. So what are you setting goals for? How do you achieve those goals if you don't have the know-how? So growth is the know-how. Growth is what gives you the power that equips you to be able to set goals and follow those goals and achieve them. All right? So that's why I have my goal setting class coming up. It's coming up at the end of the month after this, because I want to be able to equip you with the right tools that you need to be able to go forward. So when you set your goals, you need the right values to be able to pursue those goals and achieve something for 2024. And I love what Joe Maxwell said. Hope is not a strategy. So he said, I hope 2024 will be a good year. Take action and stop hoping. Growth is what will lead you to achieving what you intend to achieve. Hope is not a strategy. Thank you, Ayodele, for that. I must be intentional about my growth and I must be growth conscious. Correct. There's a difference between going through life and growing through life. Oh my God. The minutes, you know, some of you were here the first day I shared about the issue that my daughter had at a point when she had to drop out of school because we couldn't, you know, handle the thing. We didn't have money. The dollar went up. And so many other things happened that period in our lives as a family and especially for her. You know, but if I knew what I know today, I would have just been going through life. But today I grow through life, and each day is a learning process and a growing opportunity for us. Fantastic. So I really want all of us to have imbibed this new awareness that we have, this exciting awareness, knowing that each day is an opportunity to add value to yourself. All right. Thank you very much. Keep it coming. Growth is not only, does not only challenge you, it will change you. Fantastic. Let it come. Keep it coming. All right. So we're going to go straight now to our other session where we're going to read the benefits of growth. What are you going to benefit if you grow? Okay. So we're going to be taking that. Thank you. Sorry about that. Please. Okay. So let's go now to our lesson 2 for tonight. What are the benefits of personal growth? If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up if you can see the sharing. Okay. All right, so you know the policy. Somebody will have to read for us. So please, let's be ready to read. All right, so I need someone to read for us benefits 1 and 2. Someone else will read 3, another person will read 4 and 5 for us tonight. All right, so who is reading first? I see your hand up. SK, your hand is up. SK, please, can you read for us? Thank you. All right, SK, please read for us. Start from benefits and then read 1 and 2 for us. Please go ahead.
All right. You will produce greater and continuous success for yourself and others. 2, you will unlock and achieve your full potential.
Thank you very much. If you constantly and consistently pursue personal growth, you will experience the following benefits. And number 1 says, you will produce greater and continued success for yourself and for your others. And man, I mean, if you're a better version of yourself, everybody will enjoy it. Everybody around you will enjoy it. Number 2, he said you will unlock and achieve your full potentials. And that is the truth. You know, Leslie Brown said, and many of all these speakers, they said one thing, that when you go to the graveyard, that the graveyard is the most powerful, the most knowledgeable, the most intelligent, you know, place in life, because a lot of people die with their potential, they die with their knowledge, they die with their unachieved potentials, unfulfilled potentials, unfulfilled dreams, unpursued dreams. You know, but there are people who maximize their full potential. People like Mother Teresa, Indira Gandhi. There are many of them. Even our own South Africa, Nelson Mandela. Many of them. The last few days ago, we celebrated kings. Many of them were able to maximize their full potential because they were open to pursuing growth. All right, Madam Ikwa, read number 3 for us, please. And then somebody else will take 4 and 5 for us. Thank you. Uncle, please unmute yourself, please.
You will
right.
gain the confidence and ability to invest in people around you.
Exactly. You know, there's an adage that says you can never give what you don't have, right? So when you grow yourself, you gain the confidence and ability to invest in the people around you. You become valuable. So it starts with you valuing yourself and adding value to yourself. Then you add value to others, and others begin to value you. All right, like the tradition, that's how it goes. All right, thank you very much, Imam, for reading. Let's go on to Imam. Thank you, Ikwo. Imam, please go ahead and read number 4 and 5 for us.
Good evening. Thank you, ma'am. Number 4, you will focus on developing your strengths. And number 5, you will grow in humility and self-awareness.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's what it is. You will focus on developing your strength. You focus on this. Even when I joined the John Maxwell team and I began to grow myself, I was really overwhelmed seeing what other people are doing. See what others were doing. At a point, I was like, hey, God, I've not even started. Look at my life. But I told myself, stop. Stop. Stop judging yourself. Stop using other people's yardstick as a yardstick to judge yourself. You're not where you used to be. You've come a long way. Appreciate your level of growth so far. Appreciate those you've been able to impact. Appreciate the feedback you've been getting. There are people you meet in your life and they say, thank you. Appreciate them. And then strive to be more instead of condemning yourself. So when we take personal growth serious, we're able to focus on our strength and developing our strength and stop looking at our weaknesses and the things that we don't have. That's one thing it does for us. All right? So you are able to grow in humility and self-awareness. Of course, you get to that point when you say to yourself, I better humble myself. If I don't know, let me not do any kind of bravado or bragado. No, you want to put your mouth in conversation and then you keep shooting arrow. Learn. Humble yourself to say, I need to learn. There are times that my kids will come and say, Mommy, do you know this? And I'll say, no, I don't. But we can search. Google is our friend. Let's search. I'm open to learn. You know, there are many things these children know online. If you don't humble yourself to learn from your children, you will go out and embarrass yourself within your colleagues. So if your children have the capacity, humble yourself to learn from them. Learn from young people. You have a young boy or a young girl in your organization who is very good at this and you need it. Hey, just call them privately. Come. Instead of hating them and getting angry and frustrated, just call them. Come. I know you know this. Come and teach me. They'll say, you mean you don't know it? If I know it, would I be asking, come and teach me. Befriend them. Be open to learn. Stop beefing people. Find out why they're succeeding and see what you can do to learn from them. It's not easy to grow yourself, but it takes a lot of humility and self-awareness. And for me, self-awareness is knowing where I am now. All right? So that I can know where I'm going to. If you don't appreciate your past, if you don't pay attention to the past, you'll not be able to develop the present and empower the present for the future. So even when we come here, let's not be quick to give ourselves big marks because we feel, somebody may be watching and will say, you mean you are still here with all you know? It's humility and self-awareness. I'm still struggling with one or two things. So I work on myself. We don't know all. All right? So that's one thing I want us to understand tonight. So thank you everyone for sharing. All right, so let's go. Let's look at steps to follow. What steps can we follow to be able to, perfect this journey of personal growth and development? All right, so who's going to read for us? Someone that has not read at all? Raise your hand. I need 3 people who will read for us, so let's go. Okay, the first hand, Caleb. Caleb's hand is up. Caleb, you're going to take number 1 for us. Who will take number 2? Sarah, you will take number 2 for us. All right, who is going to take number 3 for us? Who will take key point number 3? Oh, and then you just read for us, so calm down. All right, God's power will take number 3. All right, guys, let's go. Number 1, Caleb, please go ahead.
All right. Number 1, cure your destination disease. Many people make it their life goal to achieve a certain position, acquire some type of recognition or title, or earn a certain amount of money. What's the problem? If they achieve their goal, they stop improving. Instead, make growth itself your goal so that who you are becoming holds more importance than where you are going. Wow, this is profound.
I'm telling you, right? I know the feeling. He said, make growth itself your goal. All right? Make it your goal. How many books are you going to buy and read? There are some books on your shelf. They are gathering dust. Make it your goal to pick up some of those books and say, I'm going to read. I'm going to study. Those are the goals we'll be setting for ourselves. And then when you're equipped with such power, people will see the difference. Nobody will tell you. All right, number 2, Sarah, please go ahead. Thank you very much, Caleb, for reading.
Learn something new every day. A friend once asked John, when was the last time you learned something for the first time? The growth you experienced last week, last month, or last year won't sustain you. You need to keep learning now. Pick something new to learn and start today.
Start today. When is the best time to start? Today. Stop saying, oh, I've heard this thing before. I would have stopped looking at the past. The best time to start is now. Not just today. Now. Now. Whoa. You have to keep procrastination. You have to keep, I will do it. I will. Procrastination is the killer of destiny. Honestly, you will never do anything with excuses and procrastination. All right. Thank you very much, Sarah, for reading that with us. Pick up something new today and start, even if it's a hobby. I wanted to be a caterer. I wanted to know how to bake. I wanted to start today. All right. Number 3, God's power. Hey, God's power, where are you? Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Your growth. How do you want to grow? Who do you want to become? Do you want to improve your people skills? Find books, messages, podcasts, articles, workshops, and conferences that will help you to grow. Then plan out which you will take advantage of every week in the next year.
Thank you very much, God's power, for reading that. I'm sure you agree with me that many of us don't have any excuse anymore why we can't grow. There is podcasts, there is YouTube, there are a lot of free resources to start with. As you grow yourself, then you begin to go for the paid resources, because free can only give you to some extent. You will not grow deep roots with free. You will not grow deep roots with free, because a lot of people will not give you. It's only here that we try to really go deep with you. All right, because this is what we intend to do, and that's what John Maxwell stands for. All right, but if you really want to know deep and you eat the bone, you have to really, really move from free to fee. But in the meantime, there are a lot of free materials. You can go online to keep learning and growing. Thank you so much, guys. So, what's moment of truth? All right, so let's look at this now. How will you rate yourself? Let's go to the chat box. How will you rate yourself? From the haha moments that we have learned this evening. How will you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? How well do you think you have demonstrated in life this value of personal growth? All right, Sarah says 3. Mudashir says 5. Jamila says 4. Now tell me, why did you give... Sarah even puts an emoji to it. Tell me, why did you give yourself the figures you're giving yourself? Why 3? Everybody is going like, really, really, look, I need room for improvement. I really have not started. I thought I've started. I thought I know, until I found that I don't really know. Yes, I had the feeling myself. I told you guys, I was giving myself 4. In fact, I was, with all the things I thought I know, all my years in broadcasting, I told myself, babe, you don't know what you know. How many books can you boast you've read? Well, not be storybooks, so growth book. It's good to read storybooks. I use storybooks to teach my children a lot. I read novels, I read, biographies and everything. But wow. There's so much to learn. I agree with you, Mercy. I need to improve. That's right. There is so much room for improvement. Correct, Sarah. One has to just wake up and act. That's just the spirit. Wake up and act. Stop thinking. Action is the difference between everyone that dreams. I have resource materials, but I kept procrastinating. God help me. Now I believe in heaven help those who help themselves. So help yourself and God will help you. There's a lot to do because I've not started. I have a lot of work to do. I agree with you because I have not picked up books to read recently and there is room for improvement. Fantastic, because I have so much to learn, But the fact that you're even buying books is one thing. But move from just buying the books, bragging about that you have a library. Let's move to reading those books. So that when you look at your library, you will say to yourself, wow, I don't read though. I don't read, All right? Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. We're going to do the other ones as our assignments. We're going to be looking at the benefits we'll gain if we have to improve ourselves. So we'll add that to our assignments. Many of you have not done your assignments. Some of them, many have not done. Please go do our assignment. I give myself a 7 because I tried myself to follow my plans. As a result, some of them have been achieved and I'm motivated and excited with a few achievements. Thank you very much. And it only takes someone who is growing to see the difference in life. Growth makes all the difference. You will see it. Nobody will tell you. In fact, people will come to you and say, there's something different about you. Something different. I'm a testimonial. When I started growing, it was different. I don't act. I think through things. When I open my mouth to speak, I'm speaking wisdom. I don't shut up when I see somebody with a problem. Because I've read, I equip myself. I'm able to tell you 1 or 2 advice that will work for you. All right? So I became more valuable. And that's what happens to you when you begin to take personal growth serious. Oh, fantastic. It's been an amazing day. Thank you. Please, who would like to share with us? I really want someone to share. Who would like to share? How have you felt, tonight, with what we have learned today? How have you felt? How does it make you feel? Yeah? Who would like to share? Who would like to share with us, please? Someone should raise their hand and please share with us. How do you feel today? Who is sharing, please?
Share.
Yes, go ahead. I feel more enlightened. Thank you. Who is speaking? Who wants to speak?
Yeah.
Unmute yourself so that we can take you. All right, Mercy, go ahead.
Yeah. I feel so good, as if I've not started. That means there's always room for improvement. And I promise myself I'll start doing something. I have a lot. Procrastination has been my issue, but God will help me. I see it.
I think we're going to see how we can. I see some of your assignments. Some people are asking for accountability partners.
Yes.
They want some kind of push and help. We'll see what we can do to form a community where we're able to help each other, and create accountability subunits so that you all can hold each other accountable for at least a month for whatever promises that you make. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, the advantage of writing when I ask for such things, one of the advantages is the fact that you are able to go back to the things you have written to hold yourself accountable. You are responsible for your growth. So you're not doing the assignment because you just want to give, Coach Mute something to read. No, it's you putting down your thoughts and your commitment. You owning it. And there's something fantastic about putting it down, writing it down. He said, get the vision, write it down so that you can run with it each time you read it. And when someone else reads it, they're able to help you run with your vision. So these are the advantages. So when I say do your assignment, please do it, and do it with all seriousness. Don't rush. Sit down, think about it, because that is responsibility. Think about it before you put it down, because whatever you're writing down will stand up against you or stand up for you. All right, so let's take it serious. So let's take one more. Any other person would like to share with us tonight how you feel? One more before we leave, because we're done for today's. All right, who would like to share one more? How you feel? Who would like to do that? Anybody? One more person. All right. Please go ahead.
I'm so excited about today, especially on the things I've learned about growth. It really opened my understanding on the fact that I have to grow in humility. I have to learn. I have to be open up to learning, no matter how small a person might be, younger. I still have to open up to learning so that I will not go out to disgrace myself amongst my colleagues.
Instead of disgracing yourself, you'll be, showing off because they just know you got something up there and something to say. Yes.
And truly, you said something that really struck me, because in the office setting, especially in government establishment, you observe that people who really don't have much to deliver, they are always getting angry at those who have something to offer. And, it makes them always getting angry every time. So if
and that's why we have
the
these things we have within them. You just witch hunt somebody for nothing. You just hate somebody for nothing because it doesn't seem to be known. So find out the secret and go and learn.
Honestly,
so much
we have this kind of mindset to learn from people, irrespective of their age, their cadre. It will be a beautiful place in the office, truly.
Indeed, it will be. It will be. And one more thing I would like to just encourage every one of us, that as you grow, try to share what you are learning with others. And I'll say it, and I told the last team, if you want us to come and do this in your office or in your school or somewhere you have your organization, please feel free to reach out to us, because it's so hard when you are the only one-eyed man in a city of the blind. All right, so we'll be able to do this for you in your organization. And also put in mind that the whole idea of John Maxwell doing this is also to train you, equip you so that you become a facilitator, just like I'm doing, so that you can own your own groups where you can facilitate. All right, so if you're still, put that at the back of your mind, that at the end of 6 weeks, I'm going to be putting out a call. In fact, John Maxwell will do that by himself, to ask you, do you want to become a facilitator? If you say yes, then we will include you in Equip Nigeria. We have a platform in Nigeria, Abuja, and all the many cities and states in Nigeria. We will walk you, train you, so that you can have the courage to go out there and form your own community. Even when you are forming your own community, to train them, we will still support you and will still help you. All right? This is just the beginning of being a member of the community now. And I want to say welcome to the John Maxwell community. Thank you so much. And I'll see you again next Thursday with another value that we're going to be talking about. So remember to do your assignments and keep learning, keep growing, and keep adding value to others. Don't say, I just learned, I don't know much. This little you know, share it with someone and you'll see the difference. Be that difference maker. I'll see you again next week. All right? Thank you, everyone. And God bless you.